Projekte nichts besser gemacht oder war immer über ein anderer Superstar-Weltmeisterschaft von 2017 gegen eine improvisierende Konkurrenz nach dem großen Mädchen war vielleicht
Morgen. Noch morgen nicht.
Reserve.
Ach, 4 Reserve? Was? 9, 3, 2. 3,9. 17. 3, 9, 25. 0, 0, 0. 4, 5, haben wir jetzt. Passt, ja.
8 bei der Rifle.
Zwei, 4, 1.
Die Kamera. 9 ist dann auch kontrollieren.
Müsste gut gehen.
Ist auch Kontrolle dann?
2, 9, 8. Ah, Kontrolle.
Ja.
Ja, da machen wir das.
Kontrollieren. Ja, Kontrolle.
Sagen wir mal das Gewicht dann auch.
Your number?
21.
21?
21.
21.
Ja.
Okay.
8, 3, 4. Fertig.
Okay.
Ça va?
Där kan man passa i det med.
It will be a thrilling and extremely close and tight race.
Hast du noch ein Löchchen für uns? Welcome to Hochfilzen, Austria, as we arrive here for the second stop on the BMW IBU World Cup. An iconic venue, Hochfilzen Biathlon Stadium is one of the oldest on the circuit, and fans have descended on this quaint town in their masses. 2 thrilling sprints yesterday resulting in big changes in the overall standings, and today our focus is fully on the first pursuits of the season. Alongside myself, Ellen Ellard, is former Team USA biathlete Chad Salmela. And Chad, well, it's arrived a little bit later than usual, but our first pursuits of the season are finally here.
I love the pursuit. This is the event that made biathlon what it is today. Back in 1986, they tried one in the opening World Cup for Lillehammer, the first period of the World Cup season, and it has stuck with the sport ever since. And really, this event has shaped the sport. Everybody chases the winner of yesterday's sprint competition, which was the second win for Francisca Preuss, but the nature of chasing the winner from yesterday, there's something special about it, and it just feels great to have the first pursuit of the year. And as you said, Alan, it's a little bit late. We had a mass start last week in Fontilati. This is a new, pretty late start for this first pursuit, but I'm excited nonetheless.
We are indeed expectant for some brilliant action today. Yesterday, 2 thrilling races. And we can take a look at, of course, the podium from yesterday. We will be starting with bibs 3, 2 and 1 today. Carolina Notte, excellent ski there yesterday.
Top five, they're very close to see Sophie Chavot. She's just 8 seconds back to Francisca Preuss, and 30 seconds back to fifth place in Selina Grosjean. It's going to be a tight race.
It is indeed, and I think we mentioned it yesterday. Francisca Preuss, obviously wearing bib number 1 today, just her second career victory and her first win in almost 6 seasons. It's been a long journey. She's had to show so much resilience, but I think there's a lot, particularly in the crowd, who are hoping that she can use this to really push on now, Chad.
Well, 12 seasons and 252 starts with the talent she has to have only 2 victories. It's a feel-good story, and everybody knows it. If you've been following biathlon, nobody is surprised that Francisca Preuss is the World Cup winner. I think the surprise has been that it's taken her this long to win 2 World Cups and to wear the yellow bib, but she does just that today. And the vastly German crowd here, just south of the German border in Austria and Hochfilzen, is really rooting for the German star.
We're just looking amongst the crowd. It is certainly one of the more popular flags being flown today. As we take a look through the start order, it was Elvira Urberg who won here last season, and of course had to hand over the yellow bib yesterday. Chad, she starts quite far down the order, 68 seconds behind the new yellow bib leader Francisca Preuss, and she's given herself, well, a huge amount of work to do that.
It's a lot. She's never come back from a deficit to win from this far back. She's a minute 8 back, 4 missed shots out of 10 yesterday. Urberg's kind of buried in the field, 25th place right now. Still skiing very well, but that's a big margin, 108 to come back from.
Someone who has come back from those kinds of margins before, though, Julia Simon, down when bib 17th, back-to-back world champion in this event, and has come back before in the World Championships in 2023 from 64 seconds. Could she threaten for the victory today?
Absolutely. She is one of those athletes that can pull a rabbit out of the hat in any instance. You and I noted before the show that she didn't look that great in Kontiolahti, and all of a sudden in the mass start, there she was. She's in it. She can strike when the iron's hot, and you don't know when her iron's hot. Sometimes she's cold, sometimes she's hot. She's been mostly cold this year, shooting just 81%, 6% worse than last season in aggregate so far in the season. She's skiing a little slower too, is Simone, but if she finds the form, she can challenge these women right at the front here. Jean Monod, I think, is probably the biggest threat right now to Preuss, just statistically. From 4th place, just 22 seconds back.
Yep, a real threat, as you say there, Chad. 2 pursuit wins, 3 podiums, and 3rd in the pursuit discipline last season as well. And just as you can see on the screen there, 22 seconds back. So it's Preuss will be getting us underway wearing the yellow bib. A huge victory yesterday in the sprint, and one that has put her in pole position starting this first pursuit of the season. Sophie Chavot next to her will wait 8 seconds, then there'll just be 2 seconds after that as Carolina Norton, wearing bib 3, will get her race underway. Chad, a word about Sophie Chavot.
Go ahead.
No, she was 50th in Kontiolahti, or didn't come higher than 50th in Kontiolahti, and only her 2nd career podium and best finish yesterday.
Yeah, well, the problem in Kontiolahti was the shooting. The short individual, she had 6 penalties. She had 3 in the sprint, put her in 59th, 60th. That's pretty typical for that number of misses. But she cleaned yesterday and found an uptick in her skiing. And, if she can just ride that confidence wave, she could surprise. I don't think anybody is picking Sophie Chavot to win this pursuit. But, crazier things have happened.
I just saw a shot of Marketa Davidova. She's wearing bib number 7 today. Never won a pursuit, but 3rd here in the 22-23 season, is now the athletes piling through the start gates.
Yeah, when you watch a pursuit start like this, I think one of the most interesting things is you think about how tight they were yesterday in finishing. There's a big group there from about bib 6 to 20 to 25, and they're all within like 20 seconds, and it gets very populated, almost like a mass start at that point.
And one of the reasons why you look at the likes of Francisca Preuss and Julia Simon performing so well in the mass start in Kontiolahti, and wonder how well that experience will set them up. It's a lovely shot of the mountains, slightly more well, a lot more exposed as a course in comparison to Kontiolahti. We still have the tall pine trees, but a lot more of this course in the open. And Chad, more overcast today. Just looking at the snow in the course, what do you expect from it?
The shooting is going to be a lot better today with the light the way it is. The eye gets very tired in bright light, and Hochfilzen can be very bright, this alpine setting. So this overcast day actually makes the shooting just a little bit easier to see the target, particularly in prone. Prone, your eye needs to really see that the differentiation between the white around the rings as you line up the shot, the sight picture on the target. And this light gives you about a second to a second and a half more time to make that adjustment before your eyesight starts to lack oxygen and struggle.
And the other thing that's slightly different in comparison to Kontiolahti is the way that these fans line the course, and it's the first time around that treacherous corner for bib number 1, Franziska Preuss, in the yellow, of course, as well. We saw yesterday, Chad, that that corner, you really have to ride it well because it doesn't take any prisoners.
Well, that's the other thing that the overcast overnight probably helped a little bit, is when it's clear overnight in the mountain settings like this, it gets very icy and cold overnight. When it's overcast, the temperature variation is a little less, and I think this course is a little more, that turn is a little more skiable today because the snow is just a little less icy than it was yesterday at this time.
So our first checkpoint is 1.1 kilometers. And Sophie Chauveau, who started, well, 8 seconds down, is eating into the lead of Franziska Preuss.
Looking for the big movers. Looks like the big mover so far is Justine Braissard-Boucher. Started at 31 back, 23 back now. So everybody making a little bit of time on Preuss. But Preuss is smart. She does not want to make this race about the first loop. This race has to be about the keeping it clean as long into the race, preferably through the entire race as you can. Preuss right now, 92% on the season prone, or 97% on the season prone, 86% standing, 91% in aggregate. That is some amazing shooting. And when you combine that with her ski setting 5% faster than the average of the field, she is absolutely doing great biathlon right now.
Yep, she's in excellent shape. Yet to shoot completely clean though, so that's of course something we'll keep an eye on today when we look at the big movers as well. Julia Simon up 17 places. She started 64 seconds back, and she's already now 43 or 40.3 behind Franziska Preuss. So 24 seconds she's already eaten into the margin that Preuss had.
Carolina Nutten looked really good yesterday. She is statistically 2% slower compared to the field against Preuss, and she's lost now already 5 seconds to Preuss, so that's not surprising. Nutten's getting caught from behind. Jean Monod skiing about even. Jean Monod started the day 22 seconds back. She's gained 4 seconds on Preuss as well. Braissard-Boucher, the big mover so far in Loop 1, and that's to be expected. She is one of the fastest skiers in the field day in, day out.
So 5 laps, and Franziska Preuss on her way in now to the first visit to the range. And well, Chad, we can see there a lot more movement than we had yesterday in the range.
Yeah, a little bit more. It's still not something that is too concerning as far as taking the bullet out of the prone ring. They need to be standing out a little more outright. They're just kind of fluttering right now. I wouldn't adjust anything at this point, unless my zero was way different than this conditions. Preuss starts with the hit.
And Preuss goes clean. An excellent start for our overall leader and bib number 1 in this first pursuit of the season, and the crowd love it. Chauveau just taking her time between third and fourth shots. First miss for Braissard-Boucher, a miss for Sophie Chauveau as well. Jean Monod is 4 for 4, and she goes clean now, as does Carolina Nutten.
So important to get that 5th shot when you've got 4 of them down in this stage. You don't want to miss more than 2 in a single stage like Braissard-Boucher. She'll go twice to the penalty loop, and that will absolutely dash her, the dynamic for her to try to move up the field. Davidova, this is her 5th shot there. Vera goes clean. Simone goes clean. Watch for Simone. She's come from further back than this to win before.
And once again, quite easy to spot. She has the short sleeves on today. braving the cold.
Voigt goes clean. So now Chauveau drops from 2nd to 6th off the start over. Vera into 5th now. Vera's got a shot at this.
And look at that, Julia Simon up into 4th as well. Jean Monod into 3rd. It's really changed the landscape of the way we started, but still up top, Franziska Preuss. A perfect first shoot.
So they're starting 9th. You see great shooting from Preuss. The coach likes what he sees. Nothing there really to write home about or to radio out to the stadium or to the course. Each team will have an athlete out on the, or a coach out on the court to relay any sight adjustments that an athlete needs to take from the prone position, especially when they have another prone shooting coming up into this one.
Have to note as well, Ella Halvorsen, the Swede, starting in 16th. She's up into 8th.
Good start for her. Moving on the skis well. Started the day 47 back. Currently sitting at 46. So just really, case for Halvorsen, other people got. She's about the same distance back of Preuss. Almost identical performance so far. Now Preuss has gained a little bit of time. That clean shooting and the misses from her closest chasers at the start have given her a nice bit of breathing room between herself and Carolina Orfix-Nutten, and that just takes the pressure off just a little bit in this second shooting, heading into the second shooting. It's just 2 kilometers of skiing. Very little bit of skiing comparatively to the sprint yesterday. Just the shortest loop available out here.
And look at this though. Lou Jean Monod has made her way around Carolina Norton, and she's now up into 2nd. And really, the gap back to Norton is getting bigger. She's left her in a trail. Julia Simon, you can see, still in 4th and leading this pack that contains her compatriot Sophie Chauveau wearing bib number 2.
Yeah, look at Julia Simon from 17th to 4th in one shooting stage. She was 50 seconds back at the start. She's 39 seconds back now. Absolutely on the hunt. There's something about this pursuit that just brings out the animal in Julia Simon, and you know, you didn't think at 17th that she would really figure it out. Already in the second loop, she's in the picture.
Yeah, this is her event, isn't it? Really, it's an event she loves, and she is on the hunt now. Carolina Norton, you can see that coming up to the checkpoint, 21.4 seconds down.
What I love about the IBU statistics for commentators like us is you can see the ski performance in real time. Carolina Orfix-Nutten had a little bit of an outlier ski performance yesterday, like on the good side, and now we're kind of seeing what the statistics show us, and she's 2% slower than everybody around her, and you see that in her time back.
Here's Ella Halvorsen up into 7th and travelling with this pack of 4. Sophie Chauveau leading the way, and Julia Simon taking the inside line of that corner, just tucking in behind her compatriot.
Natalia Sidorovic from the Polish team also having a good move. She's from 11th up to 7th now.
Yeah, she had
breakout season for her, yeah.
Yeah, first flower ceremony in top 10 as she finished 4th in the short individual, shooting clean in Contiolate, and started to work her way up into 8th now. Certainly one to keep an eye on, the 26-year-old.
Lou Jean Monod is feeling good. You can tell she wouldn't be closing on Franziska Preuss if she didn't feel good. She's a very savvy competitor, Lou Jean Monod. I think what makes her special, and almost the overall World Cup winner last year, with a huge flurry of great events at the end of the season, is Jean Monod has a really good sense of how her shape is on the day and how far she can push it to keep her shooting together. And Jean Monod has decided at 13 seconds back now, she left her range 21 back. She's made 7 seconds on Franziska Preuss since the last shooting stage.
Just off the podium yesterday, and desperate to get back on it today.
Most of that chase pack of that group from Chauveau to Lampic staying close to even. Lampic moving up, of course, she skis very fast. Lampic with 1 miss on the first prone. But pretty much the rest of the field staying pretty much even, but a few outliers. Julia Simon, Lou Jean Monod making time on Preuss.
Lou Jean Monod 13.3 seconds down. You can see her can come and drop down in the prone position next to Franziska Preuss. The second prone shoot. 2 standing stages to come. Good start from Preuss. And she's clean in the prone position. An excellent start from Franziska Preuss. The crowd love it. The pressure on Lou Jean-Monod now. The first hit.
It's great dynamic when the crowd is behind the athlete, Lou Jean-Monod, who's making time on Preuss. Now losing that time she made on the course. It's kind of a yo-yo swinging back and forth. Preuss takes it out of her on the shooting range. She's still clean, but Jean-Monod clearly skiing better.
Norton 2 for 2. Simon is shooting quickly. 3 out of 3 for her. Norton goes clean. Eyes on Julia Simon. She's clean as well.
She is
start for Dolo Vera.
Simon's laser focus. Vera laser focus as well. Chavot goes clean second time through. So a pack forming, but 33 seconds to third now. Jean-Monod by herself, just 21 back. Preuss in control at nearing the halfway point.
Yeah, Vanessa Voigt will be working her way up the order as well. Ella Halverson holding 7th, going clean. Voigt now into 8th after starting 13. A miss for Elvira Urberg. Her difficulties continue. She hasn't been able to gain any ground in terms of position, and she's actually lost time out on the course.
Yeah, Urberg is not having the best of World Cup stops here so far. Missed from the first shooting stage and not really able to figure into it. She's over a minute and a half back now.
Yeah, so consistent in Kontiolahti and just hasn't been able to get into her stride here in Hochfilzen.
Just looking at the leaderboard here as we watch Jean-Monod's shooting. Jean-Monod very deliberate, a little bit slower shooting than Preuss, lost a little bit of the time she made on the skis. And Preuss, just don't wake up. Keep this momentum rolling. This is exactly what you want to be doing to lead the World Cup. You just want to let those targets go down. Looks so relaxed, so focused, very quick to each shot, but nothing was rushed. It was fast, but not rushed.
21 seconds, her advantage. 2 more shooting stages to go. And you can see the extent of the gap there. It's a brilliant overhead shot.
Milton started the day 8 seconds back. She's now 33 back, so shooting the same as Preuss as far as hits and misses. Preuss definitely pulling some of that out on the skis and on the shooting range, both. That shooting time, fastest shooter was Lena Hackey-Gross. Julia Simon, 25 seconds. Preuss with the 3rd fastest shooting time of that group. When you're leading a pursuit and you're near the top of the shooting time of 60 people, that's a good sign that you are on that day.
And she's the first, of course, over the 5.1 kilometre mark. Eyes now on Lou Jean-Monod rounding the corner. Small steps. Takes it well, carries the speed well.
Jean-Monod closed all last lap on Preuss. She's doing it again, taking 2 seconds out of her in the first time check of the 3rd loop.
And here is Julia Simon, who has found her way past Carolina Norton.
Simone just rises to the occasion in these pursuits from 17th to 3rd in 2.5 loops. Unbelievable performance by this French phenomenon in this event.
It is quite incredible. 64 seconds down she started. And the challenge really, Chad, will be breaking away from this group and seeing who she can latch onto further up.
Simone really, if she just keeps doing what she's done in this event so many times, and if Preuss falters at all, she's got basically a penalty loop and 3/4 to make up on Preuss. So Preuss can still afford a miss if Simone stays clean. But Jean-Monod in the middle of them, just 19 seconds back. Jean-Monod 19 back. She's keeping it inside a penalty loop, the gap between her and the leader.
Yeah, exactly 20 seconds between Lou Jean-Monod and Julia Simon in the 5.1 kilometre checkpoint. She hasn't really been able to make any ground on this group of, well, 4 behind her, including Ella Halverson, Carolina Norton, Dorothea Werle and Sophie Chavot.
The one thing that worries me about Simone is that her fitness and her ski speed is not what it was last year. She's 2% slower coming into this season or into this event than she was all of last year. And that tells me that she might be kind of operating on muscle memory, that she's maybe she might be putting out a little bit too much of a ski performance, that she's inspired in this pursuit, and it starts to show up on the shooting range. That's the only worry I have of her. But it's a small worry because she has mastered this event so well.
So into the third shooting stage. And first standing, Franziska Preuss leading by 18.5 seconds. Lou Jean-Monod is closing the gap.
Standing a little bit easier to miss if you're thinking about anything other than just muscle memory training. There's a miss.
There's the first miss for Franziska Preuss, and it's 2 now. 300 meters she'll have to add on to this next lap around the penalty loop. She goes twice, and now all eyes on Jean-Monod.
Such a pressure cooker for Preuss. So you'll have some time to think about it in the penalty loop, and Jean-Monod railing him down, not even affected by the knowledge that Preuss is in the loop.
It's perfect from Lou Jean-Monod. And Franziska Preuss once again heads off round the penalty loop. We've got eyes on her now. Simon with a miss. He'll be once round the penalty loop for Julia Simon and Ella Halverson, Sophie Chavot as well. That's her second miss of the day. Dorothea Werle 4 for 4. And a miss on the 5th for Dorothea Werle. Voigt has gone clean, Davidova's clean.
Going to be Norton in second though. Norton 26 back, right with Preuss, so they can form a little bit of a pact and chase down Lou Jean-Monod for the win.
Suvi Minkkinen going clean. What a start to the season she's having.
Minkkinen into 6th now. There's Grotjean. She's fallen down the order a little bit.
Tannheimer struggling, two misses from her. Giganot clean though.
What you have to remember is these athletes have been competing now for almost 3 weeks straight. Race every other day or 3 days in a row as this weekend will be. We'll go to a relay tomorrow, but some of the fatigue of the actual tour starting to probably set in for some of these athletes. When the shooting scores drop a little bit as they're tired, you'll see the shooting scores drop because the focus just isn't quite as strong as it used to be when they were a little fresher.
So of the 20 now athletes through shooting 3, only 3 have gone clean.
And they're in the top 4.
They are indeed. Franziska Preuss holding on to 3rd. 2 misses though, she can't afford any more from her final visit to the range, and she's going to have to work incredibly hard to get back up to Lou Jean-Monod. There's not much, there's only 1 second between Carolina Norton and Franziska Preuss.
Well, on the shooting statistics, they're almost equal. Jean-Monod 98 prone, 86 standing, 91 for the season, and their ski speed is -5. Franziska Preuss ski speed -5, 97 prone, 86 standing, 91 for the season. 2 athletes could not be closer matched statistically coming into this pursuit. But there's the gap. The 2 misses the difference between Preuss and Jean-Monod, and Carolina Norton stuck in the middle of that grudge match.
Winner in the short individual in Kontiolahti, shooting clean. Just 5 more targets between her and another clean shoot. It's her only clean shoot so far across her 4 individual races.
I think at this time check, we're going to get a sense of how Lou Jean-Monod is assessing herself. She had a 26.4 second lead over Norton, 27 over Preuss leading the shooting range. if that time has grown, you know that she's feeling very confident in her fitness and her ability to hold it together on the shooting range. If it shrinks, she's probably thinking, okay, I need to back it off a little bit to ensure that I shoot clean.
Yeah, interesting psychology there of that part of the course, as well as Franziska Preuss, who's now up into second. We'll see Lou Jean Minot going up the hill as they start to descend down it. And it's 28 seconds, the gap. So Lou Jean Minot flying around this penultimate lap.
Not slowing down, she is in her mode. It wasn't a huge increase in time. She's gained a second on Preuss, a couple seconds on Naughton. There's Julia Simone with one miss now, still in 6th place despite a miss, starting back in 17th. Minking in bid 14th, skiing very well, going past Simone.
They're carrying so much confidence from that first individual podium on home snow last week, finishing 3rd in the sprint. And not been outside the top 15 in 6 races. So when we talk about consistency, Suvi Minkinen, who's just turned 30, has certainly shown that so far over the early start of this season.
So out there, Uberg there, despite a miss in each of the first 2 shooting stages, goes clean at 3rd, but she's moved from 25th to 11th. Take a look at the course time of that last lap, 3rd lap. And the 3rd lap was won by Anna-Maria Lampic. Uberg 8 seconds off that time, Bryce Boucher. You use those suspects at the top of the field, but Lou Jean Minot skied that loop 5th fastest. So Jean Minot skiing a little bit above her statistical hitting weight.
And each checkpoint so far, she's gained a second. Franziska Preuss, the gap is getting bigger and bigger. Lou Jean Minot heading towards the 4th shooting stage. And of course, the final standing shoot.
Preuss losing 2 seconds from the beginning of that loop. Jean Minot now for the win. Trying to take her career 6th victory. Would be her 3rd pursuit win if she can knock these all down.
Good start. Great so far from Jean Minot, and she makes it 20 out of 20. She goes clean, and surely that's the win now.
Not going to be a win for Franziska Preuss, but now she's fighting to hang on to that yellow bib that she's wearing. Jean Minot sitting in 3rd, 54 points back. You get 90 for the win. And a miss. Miss for nothing.
Nolan as well, and so once more around penalty loop for Franziska Preuss. It'll be twice round for Carolina Norton. Davidova, 4 out of 4. And a miss on the last for her. A miss for Simon again. Chabot, another miss. Dorothea Wheeler. Halverson, 4 out of 4. She goes clean. Minkinen recovering well.
Halverson goes clean. Might get on the podium here for the young Swede. Voigt goes into 2nd, 48 seconds back. And that's Halverson and Preuss.
It's going to be so close. It is going to be so close. Just.
Well, Ellen, it's not going to be necessarily a win for Germany, but they've got 2 podium threats right now going up against the young Halverson, 25-year-old Halverson from Sweden. One podium in her career.
Yeah, Lou Jean Minot shooting clean for the 2nd time this season. Brilliant performance in the range. 98% prone. It's incredible, her stats. And her composure as well. Excellent. She leads by 48.5 over Vanessa Voigt, who's also gone clean. Lou Jean-Monod after struggling a little bit with sort of overall consistency, just 17th in the sprinting Kontiolahti. See, 4th here yesterday, wearing bib number 4. This be a very important victory as she fights to pull that yellow bib back on as the overall score leader.
Right now with Preuss in 4th place, I don't think that'll happen. She'll be 55 points. It's an aggregate 45-point gap between them. The gap coming into today was 54 in favor of Preuss. So right now, the bib should stay on Preuss.
And she is being followed very closely by Ella Halvorsen, with eyes on Franziska Preuss's teammate, Vanessa Voigt.
Jean-Monod just so mentally strong in the second half of last season and coming into this season. Just super consistent in the shooting range. No real weaknesses. She's not the fastest skier, she's not the fastest shooter, but she is clean and she's skiing very well. 48-second lead, leading the shooting range. We'll see what it is coming in here to the first time check on the last lap. Interesting decision for Franziska Preuss. Does she close on her teammate and bring Ella Halvorsen with her up there to possibly outsprint them both for second? Looks like Preuss is going to be more than happy to let the Swede take the lead. I think this is smart tactics. Preuss is a good finisher. She can sprint very quickly, and she's not going to help the Swede catch her teammate, Voigt.
Well, we spoke about this yesterday. We've spoken about it particularly with their youth talent. But Chad, once again, it's so great to see such strong performances for the Germans. And really, when you look at the youth and the talent that they've had on show, a real revival for them.
Absolutely, and Germany is a really big, important player in this sport of biathlon. We call it a German-speaking sport. It's very Germany has always had a large influence on the sport. They have not been their best as of late in recent years. Have the glory years back in the 90s and 2000s, and looking for some athletes to buoy that future, and we're seeing that happen now with this women's team being led by Preuss, of course, who is a veteran.
And Lou Jean-Monod, what a performance. Bib number 4, but will be first across the line. A 6th career victory, her 3rd in a pursuit. Cool, calm, collected, perfect shoot on the day, impressive on the skis. Lou Jean-Monod does it again.
Not much to say, just that was a great biathlon performance, and she's rewarded with a victory. And they've dropped the Swede. The two Germans have dropped the Swede. Ella Halvorsen will drop to 4th.
It will be Vanessa Voigt, her 4th career individual podium. And behind her, the yellow bib, and Franziska Preuss, who led for so long but has to settle for 3rd. You can see, though, another big smile on her face. She's more than happy with that performance. There's only so much more you can do when you miss 3, but particularly you feel that smile from a team perspective. The strength of the Germans evident. Marketa Davidova now over the line.
Preuss is not loathing the loss. She is on the podium now, last 3 straight races. Her worst finish so far this year is 5th. She is on a roll, even though she dropped those 3 shots.
Yep, she has been incredibly consistent, and I think you have to say, looking at particularly the numbers from last week and then including the victory yesterday and of course a 3rd place today, she has been the most consistent athlete on the circuit this season. Elvira Urberg over the line in 8th, 3 misses on the day, starting back in 25th though. Sophie Chabot wearing bib number 2 now over the line 11th, just outside the top 10 for her.
Elvira Oberg with a damage-controlled day. She's moved up a lot. She got a lot of points back in that overall bid for the World Cup Crystal Globe. Bryce Aboucher way back in 16th now. 6 misses on the day.
Photo finish with Julia Tannheimer, the 19-year-old from Germany. 3 misses on the day for her. It's a top 20 performance, still impressive from the youngster.
Three across the line, Lydia Jima. The photo finish with Anna Gantler, the local Austrian star.
Three misses for Kaida Sidolovic, 4 misses for Hannah Kantala, who was so impressive in the range yesterday, unable to back that up today. 3 misses for her. And Kink of Germany as well. Shake the hand between Elvira Oberg and our winner today, Lou Jean-Monod. Gloss over the line. Can't replicate the fantastic podium she had here last year. 6 misses for Lena Haki-Gloss. Michaela Kalala as well. The 56th and 35th and 36th respectively.
It's so easy to just kind of see those misses kind of slip away from you. You see Lompic with 10 misses in 38th place. And we've talked about that she can ski fast, but if she ever wants to really factor into the front end of anything other than a sprint competition, she needs to work on the shooting range some more. Here is American Deidre Irwin coming across the line. She'll move into the 48th spot. Two North Americans on the start today. That was the qualified, Deidre Irwin and Emma Lunder from Canada.
Taking a look across the start, the finish results as well. Chalon, the blue bib wearer, 21, finishing 19, 4 misses for her.
Here's Emma Lunder now, coming across the line. In the red and black suit for Canada. Lunder has a personal best of 4th in her career. Lost that today, 53rd. 3 misses on the day for the Canadian from Canmore. Makes her home where a lot of the cross-country and biathlon athletes from Canada make their home in beautiful mountain setting in the Canadian Rockies. Anna Andexer getting her feet wet on the World Cup in her second start. Pretty cool that your second start is a pursuit. Qualified yesterday in the 25th spot, but struggles today and comes across the line in 56th.
7 misses on the day.
And it looks like one of our final finishers coming for the line. This is Baba Bendika.
Regina Ermitz. Lacked consistency last week, missing 7 in the mass start. She's missed 6 today.
Alexandra Kushina of Ukraine, 19 years of age. Not sure if she's related to the elder Makushina, famous for really great shooting from their Ukrainian team. Penultimate finisher across the line gives the crowd a clap, and our final competitor on course is Anastasia Tomacheva of 29 years of age from Romania.
Yeah, wearing bib number 60. Athlete qualifying for this pursuit yesterday. And well supported and cheered over the line. And packing out the main stand, and of course, excellent support all around the course. And our final finisher, Sheva of Romania. And those are the results. Lou Jean-Minot climbing 3 places to take victory, shooting completely clean, as did Vanessa Voigt up 11 places. The big winner of the day, Ella Halverson, as well, climbing up into 4th, but beaten as Franziska Preuss took the final spot on the podium. And Richard as well, someone who we've been keeping a keen eye on, as part of quite a strong French contingent, climbing 21 places. Result for Alina Stremos as well. Chen Chalon, our blue bib holder. It was a great start for Dorothea Wehrle, but couldn't sustain it towards the end. Lampich with 10 misses. Exceptional ski speed, but doesn't have the strength and the range to back it up. Sala Anderson, another of the athletes who struggled in the range today.
I'd sure love to see it. I think Anna Maria Lampich is, if she can find the discipline to get the targets down and to find out what it takes to find that concentration. There've been other athletes who have gone back and forth over the years between biathlon and cross-country skiing. Kati Wilhelm comes to mind. She actually came from cross-country and became a great biathlete. I think on the men's side, Sergei Chepikov, the Soviet Union and Russian teams, he was a successful cross-country skier, and would go back and forth between biathlon and cross-country. Lampich now just trying to, actually just going for biathlon, and it's been 4 years, and I think she's had several coaches. But here's the World Cup overall standings now.
So Franziska Preuss retains the yellow bib as we head to Annecy for our next round of the IBU World Cup. Jeanne Michelon should hold the blue bib as well, a under-23 competition. But Lou Jean-Minot back in the reckoning now.
It'll be interesting to see at this point in the season, where they've got a couple of weekends of racing under their belts, maybe some tired legs, who will actually take to the start line tomorrow for the relay. Will Germany put Preuss out there, with knowing that she's fighting for the overall lead, with 3 individual races next weekend in Le Grand Bonnat in France? I'd honestly be a little surprised to see her on the start, but it could be. We might see her tomorrow.
welcome back on top. Your sixth win in total. How does it feel?
Really cool, even more with 20 out of 20. So yeah, it's a cool day.
But you had almost probably the perfect competition today. Did you feel any pressure, or how did it go for you in general?
My main goal today was to have a great shooting, even more in standing shots, because I had some difficulties this week. So yeah, I focused on having great shots, and I felt really good on skis. So the overall went really good.
You did amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you a lot. Well, Chad, always interesting to hear from the winners, and you can see Jean Monod, of course, after only one competition with Quill on the red bib, and she is 15 points ahead of Vanessa Voigt. Really interesting what she says about just focusing on having a great shoot, and I'm sure it'll be something a tactic she employs in the future, because everything else just fell into place for her.
Yeah, she seems like an athlete who is emerging right now, 26 years of age. Athletes in the course of their career in this sport, they all emerge in different ways. Some people just come flying onto the scene, like Tannheimer we're seeing from Germany, or somebody like Magdalena Neuner back in the day, 15 years ago. Jean Monod seems to just be finding that magic balance for biathlon, and we've been watching it for about a year, the second half of last season and the beginning of this season. She's clearly emerged to the front of the sport. She's 26 years of age. She's been doing it a while, but she has just found that balance, and that's the issue with biathlon. It is a very hard sport to learn. Ask Anna-Maria Lampic. But Jean Monod is finding that rhythm to the sport. So today, good skiing, not great skiing. She turned it into a win by just focusing on what needed to happen on the range with just enough on the course. It's a masterful performance today by her, and she is emerging now as one of the big names in the sport.
Yep, 6 career victories now. It's her third in pursuit. And really just a confident, consistent, stable performance today. And second, 20 out of 20 of the season.
Yeah, that is a hallmark of the greats in the sport, the consistency. I mean, you look at Olander Bjørndalen, we've talked about him, but he was actually relatively inconsistent in his early career. At Jean Monod's age, he was a lightning fast skier, but still struggled with the shooting. But it took him 21 seasons to set all the records that he set. And someone like Jean Monod is starting to win at a greater rate because of her consistency, and that is what biathlon is all about, is consistency.
And of course, as well, putting herself in a good position to really battle for that yellow bib. It will be Franziska Preuss's as we head over to France. She is more than in the mix for it.
We're talking about contrast. You see in the background her teammate Justine Bresson-Boucher. Rough day for her on the course. She finishes in. Looks like she finished in the. Can I find it here?
16th.
16th.
Yeah, 6 misses on the day.
But even though 16th with 6 misses, that's amazing skiing. But you talk about the differences in the way that people approach the sport. Justine Bresson-Boucher is absolutely brilliant and electrifying when she does biathlon at its best. She won the Olympic Games in the mass start without any question. Just skied away from the field, knocked down the targets, and never made it a question. But she's also very human. She slides back into slumps, but it's a lot more fun to do biathlon like Jean Monod, where you're steady.
And she will lead out the flower ceremony. Just off the podium yesterday. This is part of the flower ceremony, finishing 4th. Back on top. Victory in the short individual in Contiolati, and much over a week later stands top of the podium once again.
BMW IBU World Cup Biathlon official presentation. of the top 6 athletes.
Just a
The prize
fourth
is
career
going to be tossed
podium
over
for
by
Vanessa Voigt.
The president of the IBU,
Second
Ole Dahlin, and
pursuit.
the chief of defense staff here in Austria, Rudolf Striedinger.
Consistency this season through the
Third, für Deutschland,
first 2 stages.
representing Germany, Franziska Preuß.
There's that woman still with the yellow bib, Franziska Preuß.
Präsident also der IBU, Ole Dahlin,
Having an absolute
Generalstabschef
awesome start to the
des
year
österreichischen
with worst finish so far, 5th in the
Bundesheers,
individual competition.
Rudolf Striedinger.
Even with the relays, she's not finished lower than 6th, which is quite incredible.
Yeah, her teammates dragging her down to 6th.
An der zweiten Stelle in second place.
Well, there's
representing
very good
Germany
energy around the
für
German
Deutschland,
team.
Vanessa Vogt.
And Franziska Preuß is joined on the podium by Vanessa Voigt. An equal best finish.
Any day you have 2 athletes on the podium is a good day for any team.
First and winner, Hochfilzen 2024 Pursuit Woman. Für Frankreich, representing France, Lou Chemonot.
And back on top, Lou Jean-Monod. Her 6th career victory. A complete performance from the 26-year-old. Perfect shoots.
It's kind of what this
Good on the
event
skis.
kind of what this event is designed for. Is somebody like who performs today, like Lou Jean-Monod did. She is the classic winner today in the pursuit.
And here is your podium in Hochfilzen for the first pursuit of the season. Lou Jean-Monod taking top spot, Vanessa Voigt, Franziska Preuß second and third.
Representing Sweden, für Schweden, Ella Halvarsson.
Ella Halvarsson, 4th for her. Just 1 miss, 19 out of 20. Couldn't quite keep the pace of Franziska Preuß. A 3rd flower ceremony for her. And Marketa Davidova.
An der 6. Stelle in Fix, representing France für Frankreich, Julia Simon.
Finishing in 5th, and Julia Simon. An event that she absolutely loves, and she flew out of the blocks. 64 seconds down, managed to work her way up to 6th, 2 misses.
Rudolf Striedinger with the flowers and the prizes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank
See
you.
Ella Halvarsson back in the flower ceremony. Davidova, of course, taking the win in the sprint in Pontiolati last week.
Thank you.
And another flower ceremony for Julia Simon. We will hope that she can find some consistency this season. So our first pursuit of the season, and we will be back at 2:45 Central European time for the men's 12.5k. Plenty more action to come over the course of the weekend as well. 2 relays tomorrow, starting at 11:30 Central European time. But do join us back here at 2:45 for the men's pursuit.